All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So Connor Hughes of SNY just put out one of those question-based articles over on SNY. Of course, I'll leave it linked down below in the description box. But basically, it's where fans can ask questions, and then Hughes then responds. And then this question came up from 5858 Jack. Shout out to him. He said, internally, do you get the sense that the team is uneasy about Nathaniel Hackett as the fan base is? Connor Hughes goes on to say, this is the major but, quote unquote, of the Jets offseason, in my opinion. They don't really have many weaknesses on paper. As long as they stay healthy, they have the chance to be among the best in the NFL, even if some of their injury-prone guys miss some time. Tyron Smith, Mike Williams, they have players behind them who could fill in. Olu and Brownlee. This is a well-rounded, this is as well-rounded and deep of a team as I can remember covering. But then there's Hackett. The Jets made legitimate attempts this offseason to hire someone who would essentially replace Hackett, not as the new offensive coordinator, but a title above who would run the show. The Jets had enough things they needed to address this offseason without replacing areas they're content with. That pursuit tells me internally there are legitimate concerns about with Hackett's ability to successfully run things. It almost feels like the Jets are putting so much faith in Rodgers' ability to correct Hackett's wrongdoings. Sources spoke of many, many times last summer where Hackett would call a play, then Rodgers changed it completely at the line. They figure he can do the same come the regular season. That's a lot to put on the plate of a player, though, even one of Rodgers' stature. This isn't the NBA. If there's one major concern heading into the Jets season, it's that Hackett. So, geez, a lot to unpack here, right? I think the first thing that needs to be said is, or talked about here, is this whole the Jets were searching for somebody to replace Hackett, somebody to come in as a step above the team's offensive coordinator. They didn't hire anybody. You know, that's the weird thing here. There were plenty of names out there, and the Jets didn't hire anybody. Actually, they did hire one person on the offensive side of the football, but he's coming in, I guess, lower on the totem pole, and he hasn't coached in the NFL before. He was at New Hampshire previously. So this to me is just, it's a weird situation, right, from what Hughes is reporting, because it's like, if the Jets, again, were searching, they made this known. Hughes uses the word attempts, which means, you know, I'm assuming probably not just one guy that they had their eye on, but multiple, and they couldn't get anything done. It's just weird, right? I felt like Doug Marrone made so much sense. I think Doug Marrone's actually still out in the open market, right? Somebody who had, you know, an offensive line background. So if you're concerned with Keith Carter, he could kind of help in that direction as well. Marrone was a previous head coach, not only with the Jacksonville Jaguars, but with the Buffalo Bills. He was also the Syracuse head coach back in college. Been around the game for a long, long time, an ultimate professional, somebody who is just a no BS type of guy. Somebody who I wanted running the show, right? If things don't go well early on offensively, I just want Marrone to take the whole thing over. And in the event that we needed an interim head coach, I like Doug Marrone's resume, right? So I felt like he made a lot of sense, but man, it's just so weird. I can't think of another team in the NFL, let alone a win now football team that is thinking about going on a playoff push that is, you know, in the words of Connor Hughes here, making legitimate attempts in the offseason to hire somebody to overstep the offensive coordinator. And then you couple that with potential internal concerns about Hackett's ability to successfully run things. And then in the third stanza here, where he said that it almost feels like the Jets are putting so much faith in Rodgers' ability to correct Hackett's wrongdoings. I mean, seriously, what are we doing here? Like, if that's the Jets' belief, then in my opinion, that is somebody that's not fit to be an offensive coordinator. If you have to rely on your quarterback, first of all, you're searching elsewhere out, you know, externally for multiple options that could come in and oversee the offensive coordinator, overstep the offensive coordinator, and then it seems, again, according to Connor Hughes here, it feels as though the Jets are putting too much faith in the quarterback to just overwrite the offensive coordinator's plays. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and, you know, pretend that audibles are rare, or a change of play is rare, right? We've seen multiple Hall of Fame quarterbacks do this a lot. So I don't really have an issue with it whatsoever. I would like the quarterback to have a great understanding of defenses to maybe get you in a play that he feels better about. Maybe he picks up on something that the coordinator doesn't see, especially in the case of Nathaniel Hackett and Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I'm going to opt for Aaron Rodgers. This isn't, Aaron Rodgers and Sean McVay, and Rodgers is just dumping McVay's plays every other call, right? It's not this situation. So, of course, I would opt for A-Rod here, but that should not be the plan. That should not be the plan going into a regular season, albeit a win-now season, right? We need our quarterback to overwrite the offensive coordinator's wrongdoings. To me, again, we're talking about the National Football League, billion-dollar organizations running this thing, billion-dollar teams. These guys are getting paid millions of dollars. These guys are experienced. I need my coaches in the National Football League to uplift the roster, put players in a position to grow, to flourish, to have success, not hold them down. What are we doing here? I mean, man, if you really think that a coach is holding the team back or is an anchor, I mean, you like, it just makes you ask the question, what are we doing? Especially, it's one thing if it's the head coach, right? Especially somebody with a storied past, like a Bill Belichick. All right, you want to go in a different direction. We're going to wait to the end of the season. We'll make the split. It's a tough break. But if we're talking about an offensive coordinator who's only been here 1 year, that's, man, it's tough. It's definitely tough to read that. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on this. Again, Connor Hughes of SNY, kind of just dishing out his thoughts and what he's hearing here. So anyway, man, disappointing stuff. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much, and as always, go Jets.